Welcome to Grammy Talks. Take a moment before we begin. Wherever you are, sitting, walking, or lying down, allow yourself to arrive here fully. Today, we are not talking about achievement, not about fixing yourself either, not about becoming more. Today's theme is simple, yet deeply beautiful. To be happy and contented with oneself is power. We live in a world that constantly whispers, you need to be more productive, more successful, more admired, more visible. Somewhere along the way, happiness became conditional. And slowly, without realizing it, we stopped sitting comfortably with who we are already. Contentment began to sound like laziness. Slowness began to look like failure. Self-acceptance was mistaken for setting. But what if that belief is wrong? What if contentment is not weakness but strength? Let's pause here. Contentment does not mean giving up on growth. It does not mean ambition disappears. It doesn't mean life becomes stagnant. Contentment simply means this. You stop fighting yourself. You stop being with your present self. You stop waking up feeling behind in life. You stop measuring your worth with someone else's ruler. To be contented is to say, I am allowed to exist peacefully, even while growing. This is rare, this is radical, and this is power. There is a quiet confidence in people who are contented. They don't rush to prove. They don't panic when others move faster. They don't shrink when someone shines. Because when you are content with yourself, comparison loses its grip. You stop performing life, you start living it. Think about it. How much energy do we waste trying to become acceptable? Trying to be chosen, praised, validated? Contentment returns that energy to you. And suddenly you have space to breathe, to create, to love without fear, to rest without guilt. That space, my friend, is power. Happiness is often portrayed as excitement, noise, achievement. But true happiness can feel different also. It can feel like alignment. It feels like waking up and not hating yourself. It feels like not abandoning your needs to please others. It feels like choosing yourself gently again and again. Happiness doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, you are enough today. And when happiness comes from within, no one can take it away from you. That is independence. That's emotional freedom, and that is power. There is something deeply sacred about ordinary life. Your daily routine, your quiet mornings, your unfinished dreams, your small joys and failures. When you accept your ordinary life, life becomes softer. You stop waiting for permission to feel worthy. You stop postponing joy. You begin to see beauty in the quotidian moments: a cup of tea, a deep breath, a moment of silence, and suddenly life feels fuller, not because it changed, but because you did. Before we end, I invite you to sit with this thought. What if the greatest power you could cultivate is not becoming someone else, but being deeply at peace with who you already are? Not numb, not stagnant, but rooted. Happiness is contentment. They are inner agreements. And when you make peace with yourself, life stops feeling like a constant battle. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening and for allowing yourself this moment. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Take care.